Hello, my name is Eddie Tofbig. I'm Head of Technical Analysis and Senior Markets Analyst at ADM Investor Services International Limited. As is usual at this time of year, I will stop looking at my daily charts and instead concentrate on the longer term view, using my monthly, even yearly charts to commentate on a market. If you would like to discuss any of these, I'll only too happy to hear from you. So let me now introduce today's longer term chart. Today I'll be looking longer term at Chicago soybeans. The sideways action the market had seen since mid-2018 until mid-2020 had built up enough ammunition for a subsequent breakout higher. This it did in August 2020, closing up over all the moving averages, and most importantly of all, closing well up and over the key 50% absolute Fibonacci line at 895. All this happening within just 1 month. Consequently, it is not unusual to see further gains throughout the rest of 2020 and into 2021. Notably, a big move up in December 2020, closing over the important 50% Fibonacci line, the big 2012 to 2019 move at 1289. In 2021, the market consolidated over this big 50% Fibonacci line at 1289 and punched up through the late 2012 to 2013 base congestion, roughly between 1385 to 1460, plus the highs in the 1520 area before coming to the interesting neckline extension, currently at 1682, of the 2010 to 2014 head and shoulders top. This neckline extension had been breached, and breached by some distance, but there were no closes over it in 2021, and prices dropped down as we headed into 2022, with the low in November 2021 at 1181. Please remember that number, 1181, as it is important and will show up again in more recent times. Anyway, prices moved up once more in late 2021, peaking over that interesting neckline extension again from the 2010 to 2014 high head and shoulders top, with multiple closes over, but also shied away from testing the big 2012 high at 1789, dropping down mid-2022 once again. However, this time the market started finding some support, enough to create a bear flag for the February 2022 to May 2023 action. This is where that previously mentioned November 2021 low at 1181 comes in again, as prices turned up immediately away from this, after achieving the bear flag target below, for strong pipe bottom over May and June 2023. However, as strong as it was, the reactionary move higher, this high created by this move up was lower, only capped by the 50% Fibonacci line of the 2021 to 2022 move at 1470, such that by the autumn of 2023, prices were again trying lower again, though only as far as the 50% Fibonacci line of the big old 2012-2019 move at 1289. Yet this was only a temporary hold, as prices then rose up in Q4 up to the Fibonacci congestion at 1402 to 1407, before turning lower and gapping lower at the start of this year, once more moving to test the November 2021 low at 1181. It's that number again. So where does that leave us all? Well, the key feature, or features to note, has been the declining highs seen since the February 2022 high. They are perhaps the most important things to note. The next is the obvious support at the February 2021 low at 1181. I mean, what else can I say? These decreasing highs and this static low may very well meet in 2024, so please be prepared. There's one additional point, a potential pattern, though not a very pretty one, may be emerging from all these actions, and that is a possible head and shoulders top pattern type. Now, immediately I can see you wincing at the mere thought of such a pattern here, not only because it could be a continuation pattern rather than a topping pattern, but also because it just looks so ugly. The left shoulder is too high, the head has an uneven split in it, and the right shoulder, well, the right shoulder is barely there. However, it's deserving of some discussion, and so I've laid out the door open to such an idea. Okay, so that will be normally it for soybeans, except I feel obliged to add one more item, and it's not directly to do with this contract itself. I'm taking the unusual step of showing you another contract, one that is related to soybeans, and that is the monthly chart for soybean meal. I am taking this unusual step because of one singular factor. In all the markets I follow, Chicago soybean meal was the only one that had formed a very rare annual, that's right, annual key reversal down. This is so unusual, I've just felt obliged to show you this. And the follow-on low we have seen at the start of 2024. I'm minded to suggest that you should consider this chart in any thoughts you may have about soybeans and the whole soybean complex. Thank you for watching and listening. This annual broadcast gives the essential market patterns and consequences. Please be aware of the risk disclaimer posted both at the front and at the back of this broadcast. Copyright is Eddie Topic and ADM Investor Services International Limited. And here comes the final bit.